Hello, players. Welcome to round 3 of our Tuesday Night Locals. My name is Andrew, and I thank you for watching. We have our last feature match, which is Luke, who's playing Snake Eyes, who's just been on fire tonight, versus Ethan playing Lab. And let's see if Ethan can cool off Luke, or will he burn like the rest of us. So, starting off, we're going to go with the die roll. And I don't know how frequently Ethan has been playing Lab. I don't remember him playing much of it. Nor do I recall if this is his first time playing it or if he's played it in the past. I really can't remember, but we'll see how he does. So a kind of typical Lab play, set 3 and just pass, so we'll see if that's enough to survive. God, 1-for-1 is so interesting to me because if they waste an Ash on it, you can just normal summon the Ash, or if they try to stop the way, it's just a free special summon. Yes, you have to pitch, but the fact that Snake Eyes can just plus so much, it's just so good.
Poplar effect. Poplar effect on field. Me temple. Activate temple.
Oh, those goblins. Yeah, I need to pick up 3 more of those. I think it's if I summon, temple allows you to summon from your spell trap. I probably want to try them on this deck.
Normal or special.
Oh yeah. And then activating it lets you put something in spell trap.
Activating, yes. On activation. You will then go.
I don't know if it's better than Red's Resolve.
It's 2 and then 2 to.
I think it's better if I am also playing Goblin Blast. But I think
Which effect?
Yeah, most of them are not. But I'm not sure if.
Which I don't think that was before 5.
I think Goblin Blast
was 5?
Reckless Fire.
I played. I see 2 last runner and 4. Tried to land 3 into it. Out of them Fox to the other.
Yeah.
It doesn't even last.
No.
It lets you have it. Yeah. It lets you have it late game. I planned it. Yeah, I planned that.
Hey, I can count, but I'm still playing Word.
I can't. That is my kryptonite.
Go target Ash, Poplar, target itself to back row.
It's good to actually know.
Pricing it turns on blast, sacrifice your treasure leaves behind turns on.
This is what I played on Saturday.
I've been on a issue requires wild for consumption. I think maybe seals with big thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. We're gonna go 6, 7. Activate.
And he plays the ulti Lab Trap. That's why he's playing this deck today. Just to flex those ultis. Ooh, and the Super Poly is so strong. I think I've said it before in the other video, but Yubel just abusing Super Poly to make anything, it's just so strong and so good. I think that if Snake Eyes gets hit and people start transitioning to the Yubel, I could see them just banning or hitting the Super Poly like pretty easily. It's just too good.
special plan.
And the thing that's kind of funny about this match is before Luke played. Ooh, that was interesting. I didn't know that. God, that card is also being played. The Ghost Mourner, I believe is what it's called. But before playing Snake Eyes, Luke actually was on Lab for a very long time, so he kind of knows the ins and outs and the interactions of what Lab can do, where to hit it. And then you can see there, Ethan's just like, yeah, no, I don't have a follow-up. I kind of bricked. So hopefully he can get a little redemption arc on the next game. But going into game 2 now. And yeah, like I said, Luke kind of knows the ins and out of Lab. He's played it for so long. I actually think he won. Man, I can't remember if he actually topped a regional with that or not. But he's played it for some time. He likes the deck, and ever since I think Rollback came out, the deck has seen some play. There was a little hype on Rollback there for a minute, and then it kind of fizzled down. Not like it was bad. It was just heavy cost, pay half your life points, activate a trap. I mean, but you can just completely shut off your opponent. It's actually really, really consistent. You can set any trap. I think I was talking with my other buddy who plays Trap Tricks, and in one game we were playing, I think online just for practicing. It was Trap Tricks versus Lab, and I said, how does that matchup normally go? I mean, Trap Tricks are unaffected by traps. He goes, yeah, that doesn't matter. They make such big monsters, and they can search any trap Lab can. Whereas Trap Tricks, they're only trap hole cards. He was playing with the new Ragnarika support though, so which is very, very strong as well. Great insect and insect plant reptile support. Which is kind of interesting to me that Konami made a card that's like, because in my opinion, I mean, insects, bee troopers were really good, plant, Rika monsters. I mean, that deck did really, not terribly. Like, it got some support that makes it really good. Rome mages, but there was no archetype. It's all one type. Like the Rikas are only for Rikas. Arrow mages can be splashed. I think they splashed that in with Sun Valons, but there hasn't been just a good generic, like Bee Troopers lock you into Bee Troopers slashes. Like, there hasn't been any generic reptile style. Even the Odotics, like everyone was kind of hyped up when that came out. Odotics were just like, oh, they're a reptile, like, oh, maybe it's really good, and they just weren't. They locked you into Odotics, or I think Darks. So it's kind of interesting to see that they came out with a deck, the what do you call them? Ragnar. I can never get this. Ragnarika. There we go. They just came out with generic support for reptiles and or plants and or insects. So it's kind of interesting. And I always figured that if that deck, even if it's not doing well now, if they ever came out with just a generic reptile deck that can be splashed or used or just make a really easily searchable negate or something, eventually those Ragnarikas will just climb up. So kind of interesting. The new set that came out is pretty fun. Going into it, game 2 here in Luke's favor. Ethan gets to go first, so let's see if he can set up a little bit stronger board and survive.
Can't win today. Draw, stand by main. Sure. Activate Lab. Set 1. Yeah. Set 2.
That's you. There you go. Draw for turn.
And draw.
Sure. That's it?
A little bit of a rough start for Ethan, but Different Dimension Ground is still pretty powerful. I mean, there's a lot of decks that need to go to the graveyard. I know my deck really suffers when someone plays that. And Lullaby of Obedience, which is so good. Even if game 3, you're playing the mirror match, or even if you're not, you just declare a card. I mean, it gets added to the hand or it special summons to your side of the field. And most of the time, I mean, like
I want.
in Luke's, I believe I asked him how do you like that spell, and he's like, oh, it's so good. You just if you're playing against Snake Eyes, you call Ash. They either add it to your hand or you special summon it, and then you just have a Ash in your hand now. Fenrir is probably the best card, like in my opinion, to call. You call Fenrir, they either summon it to your field or you add it to your hand, and then you don't have any other cards, and you just special Fenrir just immediately, which is just a free Fenrir on the field. But looking at it, I mean, if you're playing against a deck like Game 3, you what you're playing against and what to hit. Like in this instance, because he activated a trap this turn, he called that Lady Lab, added the lab to his hand, and was able to summon it because the trap was activated. That's just already having a 3,000 like big booty mommy on the field there. So I kind of like Lullaby. I mean, it's a big cost, paying 2,000. I mean, it had its shining moments. I think somebody played it during a like Nats or YCS or something. So pretty fun.
Poplar effect. Poplar effect 2.
And of course, it's a 0/1 creature token named Tumblebeast.
Copy DDG, you were crazy.
Then it just replaces Ash cards. Which that card is supposed to
Yes.
We will activate time.
Keystone City.
We will go Wanted.
Some stain like the No, but I'm saying that's what you would do.
Or which effect?
I want to try one, just do it once and see how it goes.
He's gonna kill my silver lady.
Go.
Yeah, cherries. What did that do right now? I guess I don't even know what that's right now.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Wait, no. It sends the greatest cost.
I'll go first. No. What?
All about that
Terraforming.
We will send this because it's a continuous spell, though.
Interesting.
Special.
Are you sure about that rule?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Place a Snake Eye monster as a continuous spell.
Just run like 4 different.
Sorry, I've got a backup on Richard.
Oh yeah, chicken game.
It's treated as a continuous spell.
Chicken game?
I'll trust my judgment.
The one where you can make
Oak effect, target Poplar, special.
Coming out.
It makes it.
Discards normal, target one level 1 fires that is banished or in the grave. Poplar added. We will move to battle phase. We'll switch into growth. And then we'll attack with twice for 400. It's 200 attack finish material. Attack while it has material.
You see here, Luke is just gaining so much advantage that with only one card, I think this basically calls it for Ethan. Setting up a Zeus with multiple material. I mean, even if he sets a trap for a turn, blowing up the board, taking 3k, and then blowing up the board again, taking another. I mean, kind of finishes it up. I did ask Ethan after, like, hey, I know how to go. He goes, no, I bricked both games very hard, which happens. I mean, the deck is strong, but every deck bricks. So looking at it, I think he throws in the towel here, kind of wraps it up. So.
Started by stealing Silver Lady, normal dash, dash out, Poplar, summon, super It's always normal dash.
Oh, Ethan's last card, and let's see it. No, he scoops it up. Which is fair. I mean, Snake Eyes are just so strong. They plus so much, but either way, that was the last game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and or subscribe. And I'll try to upload more. Thank you all very much.